Mark, we don't hear you.
I'm on mute the whole time. Anyway, you know what I usually say every time I come in here. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Running my lips. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Anyway, glad you could be here today. I'm Mark McSee, one of the trading moderators here with AmericanDreamTrading.com. Check it out. Head on over to our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading, and there you'll find over 2,800 absolutely free training videos that you can watch at your leisure. I would highly encourage those of you on TikTok to go over there and click subscribe because I generally will have an issue with this um, TikTok live studio software and get disconnected sometime during the show. So that way you don't want to miss anything. Just go to our YouTube channel. Go over there now. It's called American Dream Trading. Can't miss it. And you will find the same thing. And you'll have the same view, same live screen, same full screen. Check it out. Um, Same way with those you on YouTube, go over to TikTok or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever and sign up for an alternate account for our channel. And that way, if something happens, um, you can still continue on with the broadcast. Upon completion of any of our broadcasts, this one included, upon completion of it, it will be automatically posted to that YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, for you to review or go back and watch something that you may have missed. And you can watch all our past episodes there also. So, a lot of free stuff there for you. All you got to do, and it's all located in one spot. So it makes it nice and convenient. So those of you on TikTok and everywhere else, go to our YouTube and click subscribe while you're there. Also, it helps build up our subscriber uh, base over there, and that would be very helpful. Also, and you know the routine. If this is your first time here today, make sure you click that like, share, subscribe, and notification button so that you do not miss out on any of our upcoming broadcasts. Had a pretty good day today. It was kind of like watching paint dry at sometimes. Other times of the day, it did very well. I traded primarily gold myself today. I started at around 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern time this morning. Played around there a little bit between three, or between two and I don't know 2 and 3:30, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 3 o'clock. Made some decent money there, and then I went over with the other gang over at our pre-market trading live Zoom. We start training and trading at 4 a.m. here at American Dream Trading through a live Zoom call for our paid members. So if you have the VIP Gold, or Diamond membership levels, you have access for up to 12 hours of live Zoom call training where you can open up your mic at any time and ask a question. 12 hours per day, 5 days per week. And we also have Saturday training for a couple hours. And on Sunday nights, for our VIP Futures members, we have a live Zoom call starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday nights for the futures. Trading opens up at 6 p.m. Eastern, so we spend a good hour there. Doug usually handles that. He's the head honcho of that Zoom call there. He helps educate you, answer your questions, discusses everything about futures, and then at 6 p.m. they're ready to go and start live trading. And as you know, if things get slow or whatever, they do more training. So, and they'll walk through trades. Then nobody tells anybody when to get in a trade or when to get out, but they will discuss the trades live as it happens together as a group. Somebody might not have a level on their chart and say, "Hey, what level do you have next up on your chart?" And somebody will be able to tell them and kind of help each other out. But we're not a call out group. We're not allowed to tell each other when we get in or get out of a trade, and we would never do that. So be very wary of people who call out things. Number one, if you're watching on social media, there is a 20-second to 45-second delay from the time they call it out before you hear it. And a lot can change in that amount of time, believe me. So we're not a call out group. You'll never hear us call out buy this or buy that. Now you may hear somebody say, "Hey, take a look at gold," or "Take a look at oil," right? That's not an inducement to buy. That's say, "Hey, go look at it. What do you think?" Make your own decision about entry or exiting out of a trade. Let me get a drink here real quick. I'm a little froggy. Anyway, so We are an education and training company. Our goal is to train you over time on how to make good decisions. What's a good trade look like? When do I get out of a trade? When do I get into a trade? What indicators should I use? Where do I how do all those indicators work in tandem with each other to tell a story? How to chart historically, get good charts, and et cetera, on all the different investment strategies there are for each situation that you can use, and so on and so forth. It's not easy. There's a lot to learn. The overall basic principles are individually are actually pretty simple to understand, but knowing what to use, when to use it, that type of thing, you learn those things over time and they become second nature. But it does take a while. I've been doing this for 3 years. I still do dumb things, but that's just our human nature, right? So, yeah, Captain Call Out says, the only call out is me. That's right. You're the one, the only, the true, the original. Broke the mold after they made you there, Captain Call Out. Anyhow, by the way, we do have some promos running with us. You can go to our website, which is American Dream Trading, and you can scroll down about halfway down the page, and you will see the different promos there. We have our free Discord. It's always been free. I would highly suggest you sign up for that first and then go back and take a look at our promos. We currently have 3 absolutely free promos. You get a 7-day trial. Come in and kick the tires. You get to join our Zoom call, just like a regular paid member does every day. We have the premium, which focuses on stocks and stock options. That training begins at 8:45 a.m. with Coach and the rest of the training moderators and paid members of American Dream Trading. Then we have the crypto, which is another 7-day trial, absolutely free. They have live training Zoom calls on Wednesday nights at 7:15 p.m., and they also conduct pop-up Zoom trainings from time to time. And they also have their own channel in the Discord. And then you have the futures, which we start training and trading at 8:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Absolutely free. All you got to do is go in there and click on the link at our website. You get a 7-day free trial after you register and sign up. You have 7 full days to check out our live Zoom calls, join us, and see what's behind the curtain, because what you see on these live feeds are but the tip of the iceberg of what we really do. And we can't possibly show you everything that we do here. This is just a teaser, if you might say, right? And then after, if you wish to remain a paid member of American Dream Trading, you don't have to do anything, and your subscription will automatically be billed at a monthly rate after the end of those 7 days, unless you choose to, like if you want to pay annually, you can do that too. Just make it out a help desk ticket and we'll take care of that for you. Or you can cancel any time before the 7 days and you owe absolutely zero, nada, zilch, zero, nada, nothing, not a penny. So go over there, head that out, absolutely free. All right, see, we're getting questions already in our different social media platforms. Let's take a look at YouTube here real quick first. Doug has been kind enough to put the clickable links in our YouTube live chat feed there. We can do that with YouTube. We can't do that with TikTok. They don't allow that. But Doug has it listed out what they are. And so you can click that and that'll take you right to the website. Okay, let's see. All right, a little bit of chit-chat and a real question that I see over there in the YouTubes. Take a look at TikTok. Let's see, good to see everybody here, by the way. Nunya and Doug and Captain Call Out. ADT Coach, that's actually me. We share one corporate, well, we have actually 2, but we share this is the main corporate TikTok account, so you'll see me typing numbers in there or comments from time to time, just so TikTok knows that we are actively using their software, because if they don't, then they kick you off the feed. So even though you're typing, I got to put something in there too. So that's why you'll see me typing numbers, but that's actually me. Right now I'm going to type in 654 and hit enter, and that'll pop up right over there on the TikTok. So 654, I hit the wrong button. That's why it didn't show up. There we go. Anyhow, I don't know what I just changed here, but I got to change that back. I sure don't want that chart. There we go. Hit the wrong button. So, let's see here. What do we got? Thoughts on AMPX? Well, that is not a futures. That would be a stock, but I'll take a look at it real quick for you, and I'll explain why I'm going to look at a stock symbol versus versus a futures, right? So I have this stock. Let's pretend I've never heard of it before, right? Maybe you haven't either, right? Actually, it looks like it was a pretty good trade if you was in that today. Wow, look at that thing. That thing took off. Nice looking chart, right? Well, how do I trade that chart? I don't have any lines on my charts. I don't know what the deal is. Actually, I do have what's this line right here? I do have something there. I might have looked at that at one time. Anyway, I don't have anything on here, so how do I know where I how to trade that, right? What do you want to know about AMPX? I will answer you have a specific question. That would be more helpful. All right. That is a question that was asked by MFer 4509. What's your specific question about that? AMPX. I'll give you a second to type. If you have nothing to say, I'll just move on and we'll go back to futures. I'll give you a minute. Are you still there, 509? Okay. I'll move on.
8675309.
Nobody home. Asked the question and left. Anyway, what I was going to show you, because I know I wouldn't have that charted out. Well, how do you trade something you've never traded before, right? How do I know what my levels are? We'll just go ahead and do this anyway since we're here and I got it loaded up. I like that. You can start with a monthly chart, weekly, daily. I just skip right to the 4 hours because I want some quick answers, right? Where's the levels at? So I'll go through here. And this is a 4-hour chart. So each candle represents 4 hours of time. So what I'll do is I'll come up here and I'll look to see, draw a line here and looking for multiple places where it hits, right? Get my tool selected here. And there I can see the top right there, right? I can go like that and pop a line on there, right? And I can go across and do the same thing. So I can move. What I want to try to do is capture the peaks and the valleys that's on my chart, right? Why ain't that button? I set the macro up on this mouse and it's only working part-time. I guess I got to click the button. Might have lost the macro, maybe. Did an update. So what I'm looking for is peaks and valleys, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but I'm just trying to give you the general idea here, right? So I have something to go by, right? Yeah, apparently I do. I lost the macro I had programmed into this. So I have some areas here I can see, highs and lows. And I just want to put it on. And what I'm looking for is it hits multiple places, right? That it stops there or it comes down and hits that there. So now I'll get a bunch on there. Now maybe I'll go to a 2-minute. Again, you can use whatever time frames you want. The longer time frames and the more hits you see on those longer time frames, the better they tend to be, right? Because now you have, a longer history. So now I have a range. Well, this is all I'm doing is setting up where did this trade at historically, right? Now I'm using the shorter term here. So now at least I have a roadmap. I know if this comes up here, it may resist at the top of this line here. That's a historical area, right? If it makes it up to here, it may bounce and pull back, right? I can see right here, this peaked right here. So do I want a line there? Yeah, I can if I want, right? It's up to you how many you want to do. You don't want to do every candle because that doesn't tell you anything. So I can look here and see, this kind of gives me, and I know this is driving Doug insane, all the lines I'm putting on here, but he'll get over it. He's dealt with me long enough to know that I put lots of lines on my charts. So now I have a roadmap, right?
You should see mine.
Yeah. Oh, did you go overboard, Doug? Okay.
Well, God, I got to do some housekeeping.
Okay. And what happens is we trade something day in and day out, and you keep adding lines to mark something for visual references. So now I have a roadmap. It traded in here, bought and sold in this area, bought and sold here at this line, bought and sold at that line, right? And so included in here is my 4-hour lines, and I can make them different colors, whatever. I just made them all the same for now. So I'm going to watch this, and if it comes up here, I'm going to expect something. It's a point of decision. I have to make a decision. What am I going to do if this stock all of a sudden starts climbing up here, right? What am I going to do if this pulls back and starts coming down to this line? These will tend to bounce or hold back or stop at your historical levels. So it's important to have a chart charted out. You shouldn't really trade things unless you have some historical lines on your chart, because it gives you a roadmap, right? If you lived in Florida and you wanted to drive to Anchorage, Alaska, do you just get in a car and start heading northwest? Well, you can, but if you're a few degrees off, you're going to end up in Oregon, or if you're even more, you might end up in California, right? Well, you went west, you went northwest, but it ain't where you wanted to be northwest, right? You didn't really have anything to guide you. You didn't have a map or a GPS. You just went randomly, hoping you would get to where you wanted to go, right? So that's the same thing when it comes to trading. You want to have a roadmap. You want to see where the historical levels are. Yes, this is a individual stock, but I don't care, because why? A chart is a chart is a chart. Once you learn how to do accurate charting, once you understand how the indicators that's on your chart work together, how they work in tandem and separately, and which ones to use when, then you can do some effective trading, right? And now I could successfully trade this, and even not even having traded this in my entire life. I can trade this right now, right? See? So I could jump in this and I could trade this till it comes up to there and make a few bucks and get out, right? So that's my point, is even though this is a stock chart, it's not any different than my S&P 500 ES chart right here, right? I still will have lines on it, right? You'll see that I have a roadmap, that I have something to guide me where my historical levels are, so that I can make a better decision in my trade. And not only that, it builds up confidence. You can see, oh, it's going to slow down right here. Let's watch this one right here, right? I gotta have a long, a pretty good support line right there. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to hit it exactly every time. It doesn't. But, it's like hand grenades. Close is good enough. See what happened here? Come down, hit this double bottom down here. And what's this candle here doing initially? It's bouncing off of that line. And that's what I expect to happen historically. It may just sit there and pause. It may eventually go down, but a lot of times you'll find that it stops completely when it gets to a line, or as it gets close to approaching a line. See what we did there? I can trade this to the upside off of a double bottom bounce. That is a trading strategy. Double bottom, double tops, those are great trades to take. Statistically, it will bounce and go up. Or if it's at a double top, it will bounce and come back down. Does it do it every time? Absolutely not. There's nothing that happens in any trading technique that happens 100%. There's no one trading strategy that works 100% of the time. I don't care what any of them people tell you on YouTube and on the TikToks and all the other social media, right? Nothing works 100%. So you try to use the trading strategies that have a higher percentage of success. And that's what we teach here at American Dream Trading, because there are thousands and thousands of trading strategies. There's thousands and thousands of indicators you could put on your chart. We try to keep it simple, right? The KISS principle, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? You get too many things on your chart, then you end up suffering from analysis paralysis. Now you're trying to evaluate too many things. There's already a lot of things on my chart. Do I need every one of these on here? Absolutely not. I don't. I have them on here for a reason, because it tells me a story, right? It's a novel. It tells me what this might possibly do. Right here, see, this one come down, got scared down here on this double bottom, and the 200 was here. Now I have VWAP up here. Guess what I think might happen when it hits VWAP? I think it might bounce off that. Why? Because I know VWAP is the single strongest indicator that you can have on a chart. Why is that? Because everybody in the entire world uses VWAP. And that stands for volume weighted average price. Everybody uses VWAP. Unless you just joined us today and you didn't know what VWAP was. But all active traders use it around the world, including the institutional traders, right? The ones that are driving the market right now. So anyhow, that's why it's important to know. And I know that since that is the strongest, this has a strong, high percentage of pausing or rejecting off that, coming back down, or pausing and going sideways for a little bit until it gets enough volume where people can push it up through. And that may take a while. Don't know. So a lot of times I'll take profit when I have a strong indicator such as VWAP or the 200, or I have a strong, what I call gold level, where I know it hits a lot of times historically. So I use those type of information to my advantage, and I can make money doing that. Do it every day, all day long. Didn't happen overnight. It takes a while to learn those things, right? So same thing here. And I can look at any one of these trades and then under a few seconds tell you if I want to enter this trade or not and why. I can tell you I'd play this to the upside for this reason. I can tell you I'd play this to the downside for this reason if it happens. Or I'll tell you, nope, don't want to touch this and tell you the reason why, right? So right now we're at, this here's popping a little bit, ES, which is the S&P 500. You can see it's in this like chop zone, it's channeling, right? I can play this just fine. I got right here. I can buy this, trade that right to the upside right now if I wanted to, right? I can buy a contract in that, right? Try to make a couple bucks real quick. I didn't check my stop. Always trade with a stop. I did that too quick and didn't check my stop. So this will show you how much making or losing on a trade. Now, what's my barriers to profit? Well, my barriers to profit is these candles up here, right? I can draw a line there, and there will be a level there. You can see it a little bit clearer, right? If I go right here and draw a line, now you can see how these candles hit here, right? This one tried to go up, didn't quite make it all the way up, right? And this one hit here and rejected. I would expect the same thing to happen. Now, this one is coming back to retest a little bit quicker than between this one and that one, right? So the quicker that it'll retest something, the higher the likelihood, not a guarantee, that it may break through the next time around. You have to have the volume, of course. And this time of the day, the volume's already, lower, right? Most of the big volume of the trading day ends around 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you get the bulk of your volume between 9:30 and 11. So I'm going to let this go here, right? I'm not really looking anywhere else. I'm just going to watch this candle. If I get some profit, I'll take it. If it pulls back, because I do have some traffic right here. Even though I don't have a line, I can see the tops of these candles right here. See that? It's pretty much where the top of that candle's at right now. So this has to have some volume to push up through there. I could have drew a line there to start with and waited for that to get above that. We'll see what happens, right? So that quick, I can decide whether I want to get in or not. Is that the best kind of trade to get into? No, because it's in a chop zone. See how choppy this is? Look at them wicks. See how they're really long candles. Really choppy. This is a dangerous trade to take. It's in a channel. You don't know what's going to go on with it, right? And you can see it's pulling back. So it doesn't mean it won't break through, this time or maybe even the next time. But I try to avoid this kind of a mess. It's just an ugly chart, right? See how that is? It's just not pretty at all, right? There's a lot of volatility there, right? Look how long these candle wicks are. This is on a 1 minute chart too. So that's a lot of volatility in 1 minute, right? So that's how you do that. When you get all these things together, you can decide what to do. I would never enter this trade in real life. I just clicked it just to show you that I could enter just because of all this mess here. Don't want to do that. I'd rather do something that's less volatile. Does that mean it still won't pop back up there? Yeah, it probably will. It's probably going to pop up here a little bit now because of this long, what we would call a gamma candle, even though there's no gamma in futures. We just call it that. Generally, when you get a long one like this, you'll get a 50% retracement. Not always, but high incident of that happening. And as you can see, this candle's hardly even moving now. That shows you we got low volume right now. See how that's not really doing anything? Volume dropped off. You can just tell that by the way the candle moves, right? I don't even have to look at an L2 or anything else. I can see that there's low volume right now. And I actually have a volume table right here. It shows the candles and the volume. You can see it's been decreasing. And this was here at going on right before 2 o'clock, right? It peaked out right there in the latter half of the day. You'll get a peak after 1 o'clock, like around 1:15, 1:20. You'll generally get a peak, and then after that, it just eventually starts working away. So anyway, that's how you do that. Captain Callout, can you walk us through some of your trades that you took today and why you took them? Well, I don't know the exact times that I took them, but I can probably guess. Let me go look at gold. I traded gold 2-ish, sometime at 2 a.m.-ish, 2:30-ish. I don't know exactly what time this morning. So there's the market open. Move this out of my way so I can see. All right, so 2 a.m. this morning. I looked at NQ and I'm like, nah, I ain't trading NQ. Let me see here. So this is when I got up this morning. I got up a little bit before 2. It was down here by 2 o'clock, and it started to go into an EWO, but I wasn't right here, right at 2 a.m. I think I believe I got in right here in this area. It wasn't too long after. That'd be about quarter after. Probably pretty close to that area, that 2:15-ish time. right? It was a startup. Wow, this is on a 1 minute chart, so that's not even really an EWO. I did the break and hold, got in it right as soon as it broke through this. Let me expand this out so you can see a little bit better. Make these candles a little bit bigger for you. I trade primarily using a break and hold above the 9 strategy, either up or down. And so I didn't get in here until, I'm going to guess without, I'd have to go to my other system and look. So I come in, it was in this pulling back. I thought I was going to play it to the downside, down to here to where this other one bottomed out at. Well, it didn't do that. It come down just right before I was ready to enter. It pulled back up the green candle. And then it went up here, and as soon as I entered, I was getting ready to enter here, and then that candle finished, and then this one started, but it was red. So I waited, come back here, it peaked up above here, and I got in, I believe, right around this area in here to start with, somewhere in
Excuse
this
me, Mark.
neighborhood. Yes, sir.
TikTok has your Weeble screen up.
Weeble? How the heck they got my
Yeah.
Weeble screen up? I don't even have Weeble loaded. Where's that coming from?
It's your background.
Is it?
hmm YouTube's got your
Yeah, I see
trading
that
view
now. As you
chart.
said it.
Zoom's got it.
Let me move stuff out of the way here. I don't know how that's happened. Is it back here and I didn't know it? Nope, that's Zoom. Hang on here. I got all these windows. I'm going to minimize them, see where that's at. Oh, I didn't. All right. I didn't hide it. That's why. I used that last. There we go. I had them both active, but the Weeble one was the last one I used there. There we go. That was easy enough. I have both of them programmed in so I can pick whatever one I want. So, all right. Now what? Now I got to fix this. Hang on. That killed my YouTube one when I did that. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to slide this up here out of the way first. Let me get this up here. Stretch that back out. I got a full screen view. And let me go back here. And there we go. Now we should be back in business, are we?
Yep.
What happened there? Here we go. All right. Should be good to go now. Sorry about that. Thank you for catching that. I was reading the comments, but we're not really looking at the screen. Anywho, all right, so, stupid thing. Anyhow, here we go. So I got in over here later than I wanted to, but I got in here, wrote it up, and then I ended up jumping out because this candle pulled back because it didn't start. These here, if you see, they all pretty much, other than this one here, started on the shoulder of the previous candle. This one didn't, so I gave it a chance, and then it pulled back, and I got out, I think, probably halfway down that candle. Then I didn't write it down. It's just I wasn't on my A game, I guess, this morning. Didn't think about jumping in on it on the way down. So after I get done piddle farting around, I jumped back in again, and I believe, I don't think I got this one. I think I got in over here. Here, it doesn't matter, either one, but I think it was this one is the one I got back in again when it broke. I got in here, actually. This candle didn't start on the shoulder. I got in here, rode that up for quite a while. It did pull back on me, not, within a couple of minutes of getting in. I actually stayed in this one because I got in down here. I was still pretty green. Now, this was a lot of money, don't get me wrong. I was trading 10 contracts of gold, so at that time. So that was actually a lot of money. I don't remember how many ticks it was. I was looking, I actually had when I was trading this morning, it was set on ticks. So usually I have it set just on to show how many contracts. That was only 10 ticks. That wasn't that bad. But that's $10 a tick. So that's $120 times 10. As you do the math, right? $1,200 pullback. But I stayed in it because it stayed above the 9. I actually did that, and then I was rewarded very well. When I went out, I got out of this candle, and then I did some like single candle scalps here and there, probably in this area here somewhere. I'm not really sure without going back and pulling up my trading. But there, again, I use the break and hold above the 9. Once in a while, I'll jump in late. If I do, I do it on purpose, like it's riding the 9, and it looks like it's still a strong trade, and there's no real big barriers. I'll jump in it, and if I do that, if I jump in late, I'll just scalp real short, right? I'll take whatever I can get out of the first, whatever, minute, 30 seconds, whatever. And I'll take my profit. So I did that, and then about uh, I jumped in and out a bunch of times, and it was about, I think I quit around 3:30. I'm like, went and took a break, and then joined the pre-market group with Doug over there. He runs the pre-market starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time. So I went over and hung out with them, and uh, at that time, I think, where's that at? 4 a.m. Let's see here. I had so many things floating around my screen. Okay, there we go. So that was, I wasn't trading at 3:30. So I don't. Matter of fact, I might have been done before. It might have been more like 3 o'clock. I quit trading because I don't recall doing any of these here. It doesn't look familiar. So I might have killed it. I might have quit trading around 3, was my guess. Um, and I missed this big one. That was right at 3:30. I wasn't even at my computer when this one happened. I come back. I'm like, Dad, got it. Look at that big drop. That was a lot of money. That was, I don't remember how much now, but that was a 40 tick drop. So that's $400 on one contract. That was a $4,000 profit that I gave up trading 10 contracts. So yeah, I missed that whole thing. By then it was, Doug was getting ready. He popped on a few minutes earlier, and we chit chatted for a couple minutes, and off we went. And I actually traded some of one of the hot stocks, FGI, this morning. Thing went up over 400 and what, 25, 450% this morning. I did
He's
very
so bashful. He was killing it this morning.
well. I did. I made a lot of money doing it, and then I was going
Yeah,
big.
you did.
I was going big, and I was trading 500 shares at a time. Uh, and actually traded, and that was a very good morning. So I won't tell you how much I made, but it was a lot for trading penny stocks,
For
if you
just
say.
stocks.
It
Yeah.
started at $4 basically, and it went up to what, $28 or something. Um,
I haven't looked since, to be honest.
I haven't either. It was FGI, right?
Mm-hmm.
FGI, wrong keyboard, dummy.
Yeah.
FGI.
I had a couple of really nice pumps.
Yeah, it did very well. I mean, it started out $4. I didn't get in at $4. Don't get me wrong, but um, this is where we were at this morning. Hey, I went down. It went down the toilet after that. Rest of the day, still is going down. Yeah, well, it's popping up a little bit now, but there was really no news on it we could find. We have no clue why it went up. It just did because the retail traders wanted it to, right? That's why it's not. I don't care. We don't even know what they did. I mean, I did look it up eventually. We don't even care what they make or what they do. But anyway, here's where it started out around that $4 level. It says 397. Um, I think I got in over here or something for the first time. I forget. Anyway, it wasn't long after 4 I started getting in it. So I was doing 500 here, riding the momentum up and getting out, and then waiting around. He pulled back and hung around, didn't do nothing. And we were looking at other ones, everybody was trading. I didn't trade anything else. I just traded this one. Came back and got another big pop, and it ended up going up to, and it never did go back any higher. $24.58. Started at $4, and I was trading 500 shares. Start down here, of course, right? Of course, then it got to be the point I quit because I didn't. Did I trade that up to 20? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I got out right before. I think I got out of here. I
Yeah,
didn't
you had
write.
more trades after I left.
Yeah, I didn't. That was at 6:30. I think I got out on
Hmm.
this first spike when it was up around mid 23 or 23 and a quarter ish or whatever that is, 23 to 32. I didn't, and then I got out, and then it went down, and then it popped back up. I didn't get this one, so I was done here. I made really good money on it, but the problem was, and the reason I quit is because it was every trade was costing me more money. Had I held on to it and let it go, because there was no real reason to get out of the trade, it never really truly broken hell below the 9. I could have had my original cost, and yeah, it would have sucked sitting in here and all this, right? And it would have sucked giving up some profit here, but as you can see, it just kept going, right? Ideally, I wish should have left it in there, but that's not the way I trade, right? Just the way I am. I take my profit as I get it. I'm not giving, because you don't know about these, especially these penny stocks. You don't know what they're going to do ever. Usually they pop and drop and they're done for the day. You might get, if you're lucky, 5-10 minutes out of one of these sometimes. But this one went all morning, and so yeah, I did really well. But the problem was, I started out whatever. I don't know what the first price was. Let's say it was $5, $6, $7. Well, every time I kept doing it, well, now I'm paying $12. I think I paid 11. What was this? I remember calling it out. Wait for something. Must have been 11 something. I got back in here somewhere. Um, But then, it was $11 here for 500 shares, right? And then I got back in later on, and it was like 14, 15 bucks. And then I got out, and then I got back in again, and now I'm paying like I think $18 rings a bell, I think. 18 or 19, I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, it got more expensive, right? Because I kept jumping in and out. So that same 500 shares was costing me substantial a lot more money later on, right? So I kind of don't like trading that large of a sum of money in trading stocks. It's not that I can't do it. I do it occasionally. I did this one, but just rode the wave. That's all. It just happened to be, you just happened to be there at the right time. But it was, I don't know if it actually hit 450%, but it was a really nice trade. Now you see ES still crap. It's still in that channel. NQ's in a channel too. It doesn't look as severe as what the S&P 500 is. And then we have the Russell, which is just kind of hanging out, right? It's in a channel. Everything's just kind of flat right now. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, if I remember and if I can, I will start to feed maybe 10 minutes early tomorrow, if I can get everything up and running in time. Tomorrow is the FOMC meeting. It's when the Feds release their official decision on what the interest rates are going to be for the bank lending rates, right? It's not your mortgage rates. It has nothing to do with mortgages. Treasury bonds are for that. But it's what banks charge each other to lend money overnight. And it is tied to loans. And eventually, in a roundabout way, sure, it might eventually show up in the mortgages, but it doesn't. That's what treasuries are for. But it affects the treasuries down the road also. And that happens exactly 2 p.m. Eastern time. So my goal tomorrow, if I remember, is to maybe get on here live. For those of you hearing me now, I'll try to be on here at 1:50 instead of 2 p.m. And we can watch as the news is released and the market's reaction to it. And you can try to play it if you want. It'll be very volatile. A lot of times it'll shoot way up and then pull way back down, or it'll go way down and go way back up. There's always seems to be a knee-jerk reaction, all right? And the reason it's doing it is it's not because of the rate cut itself. We already know we're getting one, right? Nothing's 100% sure, but we know pretty much. The markets know we're getting one, a quarter point, 25 basis point cut tomorrow. Now, it could be higher. That would really make the market go nuts. Or they could come out and say, no, we ain't doing it. That would really make the market go nuts in a bad way. But it's pretty much baked in there anyway. But there still will be a knee-jerk reaction because it's not about just the number. It's about the statement behind the number. Why did they do what they did? What are they foreseeing in the future? What is their projections for the future? Let's put it that way. Okay? And those are the things they read in, and that's why you get that knee-jerk reaction. And then after a minute or two, you'll see it settle down. It won't be as volatile because now they've had time to absorb the news. So you can make money in there, but you got to be a top-of-the-line scalper. Now, the other thing that happens to keep ordinary retail traders out is that most, if not all, brokerage houses will raise their margin requirements to trade one contract, right? So maybe it costs me $1,000 to trade one contract at this rate now, but tomorrow it'll be $1,000, and maybe at 1 o'clock they may jack the rate up to 30,000 or 34,000, right, or whatever. It's up to each individual broker, and they do that to keep the small players out so they don't wreck their accounts. They're kind of looking out for you in a roundabout way if you want to think about it, but it's because the real thing is they're only looking out for themselves. They don't care about you, right? All they care about is you click buy and sell. They don't care if you make $100,000. It doesn't matter to them. They get paid every time you click buy and every time you click sell. That's where they generate their income from. Yes, some charge commissions and things like that. But they really don't care. They're protecting themselves because they have to protect that margin while it's going up and down like a nutcase, right? So if there's too many things that go wrong, then they got to cover it, right? So that's why that happens. How does this keep popping up here? I thought I got rid of that. Anyway, let me let me minimize that. Get that out of the road. I don't know if you could see that or not, but the Weeble popped up again. So anyway, that's why they jack that up, and the effect of that is, of course, now if I only have if I have $1,000 account, there's no way I can afford to trade during that event because the brokerage houses raise their margin requirements substantially higher as a protection for them. They don't care about you. They care less if you lose all your money during that time period. Well, they don't want you to lose all your money because then you can't trade. But you get the point. So most retail traders won't be able to trade during that time period unless you have a substantial account. And that's a good thing, I guess, right? It keeps people from like, oh, I'm going to get this and make $1 bazillion in 10 seconds. Can you do that? Yep. You can also lose $1 bazillion in 10 seconds. Happens every time. So, anyhow, if you can be here tomorrow, I'm going to, like I say, I'll attempt to be broadcasting no later than 1:50 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Make sure that you have your notifications turned on all your social media so that you even get notified if I do decide to go live earlier tomorrow. So it's good to be able to hear it. I'll have my Bazinga Pro, and they read out the things live. Unfortunately, the market will react faster than what they can read the news. So we'll see it. We'll watch the the S&P 500 or NASDAQ. Those are the ones that will react the largest, followed probably by the Russell, because Russell is interest rate sensitive. They are small cap companies, so they're very dependent on what the bank rate is for loans to help keep their companies running day to day, or to buy inventory, or build a new plant or whatever, right? They don't have $1 bazillion in their bank account, so they have to get loans for those things. So that this probably will react more severely than probably YM or anything, right? This is what that one's supposed to say. Anyway, so there's that. So you're welcome to join us tomorrow if you're able to for a special FOMC meeting. I'll probably paper trade it live in front if I can get everything up and running good. I'll show you how I quick scalp that real quick if I can get everything up and running. And problem is, a lot of times with TradingView, it may, on paper trading, it kind of locks up sometimes because everybody and their brother's trying it, right? So, all right, James Darn Cricket's in the house. Also, what do you think the best stock to day trade during the Fed announcement? None. Don't trade anything. Sit on your hands. Trade the news afterwards once the market settles down. Don't trade at all. If you think you must, if you got an itchy trigger finger, paper trade it. Do not trade real things. You must be an experienced master scalper to trade that, right? It will destroy your account literally in seconds if you go the wrong way, or if you don't get out of the trade fast enough. You make a mechanical error. You will literally wipe out your bank account, and you're going to get a margin call, and you have to have that money. You got to have that in there by the end of the day. So, all right? Don't. That's my recommendation. Trade nothing. Paper trade if you just want to see if you can do it, all right? Now, if you can do that 100 times the next 100 FOMC meetings, then you can go ahead and trade real money. But don't. I beg you, don't do it. But some of you will, and you'll learn the hard way, and you'll come in, oh, that's my account. Well, you know, you heard it here. I told you not to do it. This is recorded. I can always refer back to me telling you, don't do it. Would any of the rest of you experienced traders inside the social media agree or disagree with that statement? Go ahead and type in your set. If you agree, just say agree, or type disagree. So if you don't think you should be trading and you agree with me, just say agree. There you go. Doug says agree. All right. So, okay. There we go. We're getting lots of agrees. Good. We got a lot of smart people in our social media platform. They agree with me. Doesn't mean I know everything. I sure don't. Right? Would I trade it if I wasn't live with real money? Yep, I would. And I do. But I'm live. I'm not about to do it with real money. Right? I don't want to be distracted. You got to be laser focused to do it and know what you're doing. So don't trade anything. Preserve your account. It's not worth wrecking it for a 30-second time frame in your life. All right. All right. Thanks for the compliment there, Wall Street. Now, kind of, I know what the question you was asking was which ones may reflect the Fed rate's decision more than others. And the number one would be the Russell Index. That's the small cap, like I said earlier. They are totally dependent on banks for their financing for buildings for even day-to-day operations to meet payroll. Most small cap companies have a line of credit that they can draw from at any time, right? Within reason, right? Whatever agreements they have with the banks. It's not that they use it all the time, but it has to be available. And they'd rather take it out at a lower interest rate, right? I know I would. So that's why you may see more of a reaction, but you just never know. I will be watching ES or the NASDAQ personally. Look at ES bust out from VWAP. What the heck? Look at that. But by the way, did I tell you it would do that? It didn't stay there very long, though, did it? And only 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, 5 candles stopped at VWAP. Now it broke through. Now, be careful. Hasn't broken, held above VWAP yet. This is your first candle. You know, I mean, you can argue that little doji is, but that's a nothing burger. It's neither good nor bad. I want to see this break here and the next candle form on the shoulder of this candle. So we'll see. We have 2 seconds. This next candle needs to start right there on the shoulder. Did it? Well, kind of, sort of, but it's pulling down. It's even with it, if nothing else. I want to see oomph to the upside if I decide that I want to enter this trade. I'm not going to do it unless I see a strong indication that this candle wants to go up. Do I see that? Does that build any confidence in me right now? You don't have to be a master trader to see what's going on here, right? Does that look like it wants to continue going up right now? Well, it started on the shoulder, but it's pulling back, isn't it? It's not instilling confidence. By the way, gold's also at VWAP on a 1-minute chart. Like I said, I did very well on gold today. Again, watching this candle here. I'm going to watch it just for the heck of it, right? Just because I can, right? There's some nice candle there, right? Can I jump in there now? Right? Okay, well, I can see in here, and I can maybe do a quick scalp or let it go and see what happens. I don't have my L2 opened up, but let me take a look here so I can watch the orders now that I'm in it a little bit, because I'm trying to be in it to win it. It may pull back on me anyway, because I took my eye off of it. I don't know if it went into profit or not. I wasn't watching. I was watching my L2. Is there orders? Yes, there are some large orders. The upside around the 676, which it was trying to get through. Wait a minute. What? No, that's the wrong one. Never mind. Wrong one. One button. There we go. There we go. That looks better. 621. Yeah, there's a 622 order. May want to pull up to here. There's orders I mean, that's way up there. That's way, way up there. But there is a larger order. It's got to hit that 621. Man, that's way up there. There's a 621. Let me draw a line here so you can see. Matter of fact, I'll even make it yellow. How's that? It wants to pull up to that line. All right, if it does, boy, that'd be a lot of money, right? So it does. There's orders at 621, but that don't mean it's going to make it there, right? Because people got to start throwing orders in and push the price back down. So as you can see, I'm at 0 right now. I got in a hair late on this candle. I would have got in down here a little lower, but I'm in it. So you got to trade the trade that's in front of you now, right? I got to manage this trade either through getting out if it goes against me, or and again, you got to give it some room to breathe. Watch these numbers go up and down, right? ES currently has a ATR of what here? 4. That don't make sense. That one candle there's more than that. That's all right. ES. That's MES. It shouldn't really matter though. On a 1-minute candle. So I'll sit here for a minute and see. I see them orders there, but now the price is dropping in the L2 order book that I'm looking at, so that means the price is going to pull back. But they are still fighting over the price. There's a 618. It wants to come down, which is less than where I bought it. They are fighting over the price. There are some nice orders at that 621 level. That order is still here, right? So it is there. Unfortunately, it's lost the volume. It's not really moving. There you saw it was $62 in profit there temporarily, right? That order is still sitting at 621. Doesn't mean it, like I say, these are limit orders is what I'm looking at in my order book. So people can cancel them orders in a heartbeat, and they do it all the time. They can move them higher, they can lower it, and it'll never get up there. People start throwing orders at a lesser price, right, and it'll never get there. In fact, it can go the opposite way. And you are at the end of the trading day, right? That's another factor. It's getting more dangerous as time goes by. power hour starts at 3 o'clock, right? And so anything can happen, really. We'll see here. These are Rima shirts, R-I-M-A. I wear my little Caribbean shirts. Rima brand, R-I-M-A. You can find them on the internet. Find them in the interwebs. I don't endorse them. They don't. Well, I do endorse them for free. I ain't getting nothing out of it, but they don't endorse me. Not associated with them in any manner, but I would highly recommend them. I love them. And they have all kinds of goofy styles you can get too. All right, so this ain't looking good for me, right? It's pulling back now. Let's see if this bounces off the 9. Do I have any supporting up to the upside? If this breaks below the 9, I'm out of this. I'll take the loss, but I want to let this go and see what happens here. Trying to be a little patient to give it some of its average movement, right? Oh, I'm in ES, dummy. All right, never mind. All right, so there we go. Yes, there we go. Get back to the right one here. And you can see, does this candle look like it's moving to you? Don't look like it's moving to me, does it? That means the volume dropped off. How do I know that? Because that candle ain't moving. This is a 1 minute candle, right? Yes, I can switch to a lower one, but I'm not going to. All right? We'll sit here and wait. I could have took that, whatever that profit was up there. Now, if it comes back up, I will take it. If not, I'm going to have to rip the Band-Aid off. One of the barriers here is we're at the top of this trading channel right here, right? It did break and hold above it, but it didn't last. It collapsed once it got up there. So that's one of these things. It looked like a good trade up to 621 when I was in it, and it didn't even last the whole candle, and it pulled back. That's part of trading. You're going to lose. You're going to lose money for real when you trade. You're not going to be 100% successful. Nobody is. I don't care what anybody tells you, right? So, all right. So if this doesn't start popping up here, I'm starting to lose. The orders are getting smaller and smaller to the downside pricing. So this is not going to be good. And I'm going to have to get out of this trade to preserve your account. Now, again, this is fake money. I'm not trading my real money. This is a paper trading, a simulated account. Okay. It's executing the trades in real time with fake money. That's what all it is. It's there for your broker provides them for you so you can learn how to use their software. Okay. Trying to see if this 621 is still there, but right now it's only showing me 620 orders on my L2. There's a 621. It is still there, that order for 621. They still want it up here. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. If they're fighting over the price too much, it'll stay right here. But I'll wait a little bit, right? We'll see. So I have my finger on the button. That's my stop. I didn't have the button clicked apparently. So, well, why don't you get out of that trade now? Well, I probably should, but I'm going to give it a chance here. Down 187 bucks here. It's just that, man, I can't believe how the volume died. So look at the candles here. See these? I could see these weren't moving. That's how I knew there were no volume. And look down here. This graph shows you that the volume has dropped off. This one right here in the middle. So now I'm down $250, right? It's sitting there. It's sitting there, right? All right. So if you haven't already, head over to our website, American Dream Trading. Grab our free Discord. It's free. It's always will be free. And it is currently free now. Head on over there. Grab that. Once you sign up and register, you can interact with other paid members and for other free members of American Dream Trading. You can discuss trades, ask questions, how-to questions, whatever. And there's also some training videos in there that's not available elsewhere that you can look at, and much more. And right next to that link, halfway down our page, is the link to our memberships. We have the 7-day free trials that you can take advantage of. If you like trading stock options, you can get that one, a 7-day free trial. That starts training and trading at 8:45 a.m. every morning. If you like crypto, we have a crypto free day trial. You can join that for 7 days. They have a live Zoom training calls at 7:15 on Wednesday nights, and they occasionally have pop-up ones during the week. And, of course, my favorite is futures. You can do the same thing. You can join us for live Zoom call training and trading starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Absolutely free. If you wish to continue as a paid member, you don't have to do anything, and it will automatically renew at the current price, monthly price, or you can pay annually, semi-annual if you want to. You can arrange that also. Or if you do not wish to become a paid member after looking behind the curtain, then all you have to do is cancel before those 7 days up, and it doesn't cost you 1 penny, not 1 red cent. So, pretty good deal. Check it out. I don't know why people aren't running over there right now. What's holding you
Power
back,
hour.
sir?
Power hour.
Power hour, 3 o'clock. What's that mean? That means it's the last trading hour of the day. Things tend to be getting more volatile as people will be looking to exit their trades. Now, see how I'm sitting here? I want to exit this trade, but I try not to do it with a loss. I'm looking to see if them orders, that 621 order is still there, believe it or not. They haven't given up on wanting to get out at 621. Again, doesn't mean it will make it. Right now it's in consolidation mode, which means they're collecting shares for roughly the same price, maybe a few pennies different, a few ticks different. All right, gold's trying to break below VWAP again. So part of trading is being patient and waiting for something to happen sometimes. It sucks. It's like watching paint dry, but it's part of it. It's not all bang, 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 right? You're in and out, in and out, in and out of the trades. That's not how it works. It does like that sometimes, but that's not the norm, right? It's waiting patiently, right? All right, so here's this candle here. If this don't pop right now, I'm going to get out of this trade if it don't bounce off the 21. If it don't bounce off that, then I'm getting out. And as you can see, it paused again. The volume. Nobody wants to be first to drive the price up. Is what it is, right? You go first. No, you go first. I don't want to go first. You go first. And as a result, they're arguing, standing toe to toe, smacking each other in the mouth, and then it's going nowhere. Nobody's making money, especially the ones that got in there. I'm in a red trade right now. Anyhow, and again, I do the break and hold of levels and stuff and jump in, right? I did it on here, and it actually collapsed. So again, it's teasing a little bit here, about to move to the upside. That 621 order is still there, and there's other orders above that. So we'll see if this hits 621. Is this yellow line that I drew, what, about 10 minutes ago, if that? Right there it is. I just marked that order so you can see where I said it's probably wants to go to. 621's now there. It's also a slightly larger order of 77 contracts. Am I going to ride that all the way up? No, because this may just come up to here, may come up a few ticks and stuff, because I got the top of this here, right? So I don't have a line there, but I can see it visually, right? But it should, if it can get a good pop. If this breaks and holds up here a little bit further, you'll see orders pour in, and it'll jack the price up real quick. I am not going to wait for it to, if this does decide to go up, I'm not going to wait for it to hit that line. I'm going to get out before that. I don't care if it goes up after that or not. I've been sitting here too long, time is money, right? I could be looking at something else that may actually be moving instead of this dumb chart, right? So can I go click off this chart and go look somewhere else? Yeah. But then now I'm distracted. I have a live trade running. I have no clue what it's doing. Don't do that. So don't be that person. You know what I mean? There you go. See what happens. D-Rock charting was on point today with his charts trading gold. Too bad he didn't get a chance to trade it very much. To trade small green. All right, that's good. Green is green. Doesn't matter the amount. What platform is this? This is Trading View. Okay, I am using my Webull account to live trade on here using their data. I can actually execute live trades through Webull via Trading View with their trading widget, linking my account to it. Now what you see here is a paper trading account. I'm using the paper trading demo account. Some call it practice account, whatever. It's paper trading. It's a simulated account. Executes trades in real time, but it's fake money. So it doesn't move the markets or anything. And the reason I use this, it's not that I haven't live traded before during these lives, but usually it's pretty well detrimental because I'm distracted. So I'd rather not take away my family's money answering a question. You know what I mean? Or looking at my other monitor over here where it shows all my live feed stuff running. So a lot of distractions going on if I allow myself to be distracted. See how this is sitting here? This is what you call watching paint dry, right? Boring. Don't fall asleep, right? I can take the loss and just get out. I'm going to probably here. Right here's my line in the sands right here, right? I don't have a line there, but this is my line. I have a visual mental stop there. I'm going to get out if this doesn't bounce off that 21. Because down into it, I'm getting out. And you can see the 9's getting heavy. That's not a good sign for me either, right? Going to get a little bit of pop just to tease us again. Is that what we're doing here? So I got in basically right here where that wick's at on that candle. You can see the line coming off my little trading widget. Questions? Comments? It's boring watching this, isn't it? Imagine being and doing this for real, with real money. Sitting here waiting. Hope this thing goes up, right? Well, you can see it has a reason to go up, but it doesn't mean it will, right? That order is still sitting there, 76 contracts at 621. But do you see it rushing to get there? Nope, it's not. I mean, sometimes it will. Now, we have an equally large, and here's the issue. We have an equally large at 616.75 that wants to pull it down. 616.75 is clear down here at the bottom of these candles, right? Here we get a little bit of a burst. If this can get up to about right here around this 619.50-ish, if it can get up there, it might generate some excitement. You'll see the orders pull in, and it might get a large burst to the upside, or people will just sell it off to the downside, either way. So this is really a critical area right here, right? Now you can see I'm in a profit again. It's turned green, but it's got to break above this. Let's see if the orders start pouring in on the L2, the order book. Can I take my 62 bucks and go home? Yep, I sure can. But I'm greedy. We'll wait a little bit here. I want to still see if it hits 621, right? Well, this candle did start on the shoulder of the previous, but it doesn't have any oomph to it. That's not good, right? So instead of taking $62 profit, now I'm down 187 again. I'm down 3 times what I was up. So, yes, executions, they do execute to trade in paper, tap. The widgets don't disappear, though, very well. That's on Weeble. Now, it does here on TradingView. They go away right away as soon as you exit. But Weeble, you'll see it will execute to trade when you click the button to buy and to sell. However, the widgets don't disappear for sometimes 10, 15 seconds, even though it's been executed. So you'll see that happen. It's kind of visually frustrating. It still works, though. There's some other little things that's goofy, but it's paper trading. We can show you those things live during our live paid members Zoom call. Now, TradingView is excellent paper trading. As soon as I execute the trade, it gets there. Actually, may do it a little too quick. You may get a slight delay executing trades if there's a lot of people in buying them, but it has generally really good fill. All right, what other questions do we have? Not very many today over there. So what this is TradingView. It's probably the most popular independent charting software out there. I'm sorry I got distracted there, MQ. And it's not associated with American Dream Trading in any way. You can go to TradingView, their website, and look at it. It's a subscription-based model. I pay for this every month. Well, I pay annually, but basically it's monthly. You can get a monthly subscription. It's about 15 bucks or so, give or take. And then you got to have live data to go with it through your broker usually. You can actually get it through TradingView, but it's only limited. The only thing it's good for is TradingView. So I like it. It's visually appealing and yada, 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 right? So this is getting worse than watching paint dry. So imagine this was you in real life. All right, here's my out. I don't care. I'm getting out. I ain't sitting here any longer if I don't have to. It's not even real money. So I'm going to see what this candle does. As long as it pulls back up above the 21 right here, I'll hold on to it for another minute. But how many seconds I got left in this candle? A whole minute.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Yeah.
there we go. And I can't mute Doug. Somebody wants to do that. Oh, I guess I can. I can do it. Thank you. All right, so broken held. I'm taking my loss, getting out, right? It's fake money anyway. I wouldn't have sat in it that long. That would have drove me insane with real money, right? But I was trying to show you that those orders were there, and it may still go up there and get them, right? I got the yellow line there. We'll see later if it decides to pop back up or not. You may never see it. Same thing with NQ. It popped above VWAP, and it's pulling back also. They generally run in tandem. Not always, but because they do measure different stocks. All right. Really? TikTok. Like I said, um, may lose my feed here. Might want to head on to I got to slide this puzzle piece and it never works. Here we go. I shouldn't say never. I think it's worked once or twice. So I got to slide this puzzle piece and get it in there and have it recognize it. The problem is not sliding it in there. It's getting the software to recognize that I did it. This thing's really, it's frustrating. Especially when I know I got it perfectly right. Perfectly correct. Let go. Don't move. All right, it's saying it's looking to see, and I always get a network error when it goes to do this. Oh, it worked that time. Holy cow. We're good to go. We should be good to go for the rest of the program now, TikTok. Ah, it's our good day. Good day. All right, hasn't happened like that for quite a while. Here we go. Why did it work today? Why doesn't it work the other 50 times I do that? All right. So we should be good to go the rest of the program. Generally, it does it after an hour. That was about an hour and 15 minutes. So we should be okay. Let's go back to the charts. ES continues to pull. What's the Dow doing? Ooh, Dow's pulling hard. Look at that. Oh, see that? See, this is the problem sitting there in a trade. The Dow now has broken a new 52-week high, a new record high, which was also set earlier today. It did barely broke above that line. Now it's not going to probably finish above the line, but it is there, right? So I could have been over here trading a good trade instead of sitting in this bad trade waiting on that to move. Now it would be a good trade to the downside, right? Had I reversed my position. You can do that. All right, so. All right. TikTok's blank. Not on my end, it's not. Looks good to me. Refresh your screen there, Captain. Who took advantage of them free trial 7-day memberships? 7-day free trial. Go to our website, American Dream Trading. Check it out. Sign up. Get it. Make sure you get to Discord. You'll need that also. That's free also. Forever. The 7-day trial is only free for 7 days. Oh, get her. Get her done. Head on over there. Time to make a life-changing decision. Results not guaranteed, of course. Takes time. We can't trouble. All right. Okay. Fenix SS, can you look at Microsoft, please? Yep. Why don't you use the December contract? I am into December, or no. Webull did change, so there's an overlap between, and I can pick it. Right now, the December contract does not have as much open interest as the September one. Now, we had to actually force it to do the September one, and the reason for that is because it does have more open interest. Currently, what am I on? ES. Just to give you, tell you exactly. ES has the September contract is currently trading with 229,000 plus contracts. The December contracts only has 62,000. So you want to trade the ones with the most open interest. Does that mean you can't make money in the other one? No, it doesn't mean that, but don't you want the thing to move? If there's hardly anybody in there, then it's not going to, your candles aren't going to move, right? Very much. So you want to always try to trade, unless you have a specific reason for trading one with less open interest, and there are some very good reasons to do that, but that is for more long-term investing, not day trading. So you want to always try to trade the one with the highest open interest, and that is the September contract here for another few days anyway. What is it? Is it the 17th, the last day? I didn't look at it. You can go to the CME group website, and they show you exactly. Well, actually, it shows you in most of your trading widgets also when the last day you can trade it. That contract, day's contract, and be in it. So what's this thing going to do? Come back up here and retest again, right? Well, why didn't you stay in the trade? Because it was in a losing trade, right? Did I get a little gun shy there? Probably. Same thing going on with the Russell. It's starting to come up. Can I trade this right up to here? Yeah. You know what's going to happen here? And I'll show you. I'll just go ahead and trade it on purpose. This is what you do not do, right? So I left the line yellow just so you can see. Can I enter this trade? Yep. Why? Why wouldn't I really want to, right? Oops, wrong button. But why wouldn't I want to? Well, I really don't want to. Get my trade widget up here. Can I enter this right now? Yeah, I can jump in here, right? There's my stop loss, right? By 1, right? Bang, I'm in it. Now, why didn't I want to get in this trade? Why? Because right here is a double top. This will become a triple top. So I can go in here and reverse this, right? I'll see if I can make a couple bucks off it just for the sake of it. But I expect this to reject off here. However, this is retested rather quickly 2 times after this last hit, right? So the more times it tests it and the quicker that it retests it, and there's no set time limit. I'll go ahead and take that $15 on one. Oh, wait a minute. That was an E-mini. That wasn't. I was thinking I was trading micros. That was an E-mini. Could have made more money. Let it go a little bit. It doesn't matter. Again, it's fake money. So the quicker that it comes back to retest, the more likely is that it will break through. Not a guarantee. There's no such thing saying if it tests it within 1 minute and 45 seconds, it will break through. There's nothing like that, right? But as you can see, it's trying to tap its way through there, right? So stop loss. So now I'm going to jump in here again on purpose. I would not do this in real life. And I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't. Unless you can tell me why I shouldn't enter this trade when I did. Again, this is paper. Why didn't my stop loss automatically populate? What's going on here? It's only 11 ticks for the Russell. It's currently what? It is currently 7. What did I say it was? 11? I'll leave it there. So I'm up $75, right? This is where the New York session opened, right up here. So I wouldn't treat that as an actual line on my chart, even though it's not I didn't physically draw a line on there, right? That's just where it was at, right? So now I'm down some money here. So this is probably going to pull back here, which it already is before it even gets there, but that's okay too. It may still go up there. It could blow right through it. Go to the moon and back, Alice, right? Most of you don't know what that's a reference to. What's that a reference to? Huh? To the moon and back, Alice. What's that a reference to? Yeah, Scholar, it depends on what broker you have with Webull. The December contract's 62,000. December 25. So every broker will show something different. But Webull shows 62,000. You know, if you're with Toss or whatever, you'll have a different number there. The Honeymooners is correct. Brian, one of our paid members, for the win. And what were their main 2 characters' names? Huh? Oh, the Honeymooners. Rawhide got it also. What was the main 2 characters' names in the Honeymooners? See, you guys don't have gray hair. You don't know what the answer to that question is. I know you're Googling it. Yep. Bryant got the first one right. Who's the second one? TikTok doesn't know because none of them have any gray hair apparently. How about Ed? Ed? Well, that's his wife, yes. I'm talking about the 2 guys. Ed? Ed what? Come on. Yeah, Carol would pick the woman, right? Ed Norton, correct answer. Carol for the win. All right. Ed Norton and Ralph Crampton. Ah, what was Jackie Gleason's occupation? Do you know that? What was Jackie Gleason's occupation? That is correct. Brian's got it for the win. He didn't hesitate. He probably Googling it. What was Ed Norton's occupation for the win? See, we learned more. Yep, Rawhide got it right also. That is correct. And he also did building maintenance, right? Did he do building maintenance? I might be wrong about that one. Anyhow, yep. See, our members know all kinds of stuff. Ah. So anyway, I wasn't even paying attention to this trade. I don't know what happened there. That's exactly why I don't trade real money. I go off in tangents, not pay attention to the trade. All right. Okay. Okay. That one, do I want to trade it to the downside? Yeah, but the 200's right there, so I would have to take a pass on that for right now. Do I want to trade this to the upside? Yeah, if it can break and hold up here. Now, the reason I don't really like the upside trade is because of the way these indicators are lined up. 9, 21, 55 are stacked in such a manner that's for an upside trend trade. If I go to the downside, not that it won't still go down, it's just less strong of a trade. My 9 is above these things, so it should always be 9, 21, 55. When you're down at the bottom, 9, 21, 55, right? Just the inverse. So here it is trying to take off to the upside. Again, I would prefer, well, either one of them. At this point, oh, starting to yawn. Been up too early this morning. I got rehearsal tonight too. Band. There it goes. Trying to pop, pop, pop. Can it do it? Don't know. Did Al do anything? Al's still stuck between VWAP and the 200. What's our little friend AMPX that somebody asked about and left before he was able to give him the answer? Well, look at that. Hopefully that person's in the trade because it's going up, 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 right? Questions? All right, we'll shut it down for the day. No more questions? All right. So, can I trade any of these just to trade them because I can? Well, yeah, but I'm going to get like right here, ES, NQ. NQ looks a little better, but diddling in the middle over here. I know you guys were yawning. You aren't diddling in the middle. Yeah, I was. The Russell needs to break and hold above that 24.03.4 level. So right now it's just hanging there and it's on a downtrend. Ugh. Apparently need more caffeine or something. Questions, comments. Have a question, type them in your social media chat box and we'll do our best to answer them. All right, I'll try to find a fake trade here to do for you in real time. Oh, by the way, I have a yellow line right here. This yellow line never did get hit. There's my line that I drew. And what did it do with that line? What is it doing? Went up once, bounced off. Went up twice, bounced off. Went up third time, and paused. And the next candle did do a little peekaboo up there, but then immediately pulled back. And you can see, you know, the way this candle was fluctuating, it still bounced off of that line. Okay. So that's double top resistance pullback. Oh, this ain't good. I'm still getting in a yawning mode here. And no, I'm not yawning. I'm yawning. The difference. All right. Can I play this to the downside? Well, I might be able to short that. We'll see. What do we got on the L2 for over here for RTY? So to find it. Wrong one. Get my cataract out of the way. I can probably find it. There we go. Oh, I found it. What do I see from BBAI? I don't really care for BBAI, but I'll take a look at it for you. Even though we're talking about futures, we still look at stock. I personally don't care for it. That's just a personal opinion. That and $1.25 will get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's, so don't hang me on that. I know a lot of we have members that actually do like that one. I just don't personally. Big Bear usually has got wild swings in it. That's one of the reasons. Today it's been climbing. Wow, that looks really nice actually today, huh? Did a break and hold below the 9 anytime? Well, not really. I mean, it did here a little bit. But as a general rule, it respects the 9, right? Da, 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 da. There you go. That's a beautiful trade from approximately what? If you got fortunate enough to get in at the open around, what's that say? 535, and it's currently at, what's that say? $6. Not a bad return on your money if you got in, right? So right now it's in this channel. Again, it's bouncing off that channel. You should have this all charted out before you trade it. If you didn't, I would highly suggest you get in there right this very moment and start snapping lines on your charts, like I showed you earlier today. All right. Well, Broken Equilibrium is one of our paid members, but listening through YouTube at work. So, can you talk about the contract price differences compared to options? Well, the number one single big difference is futures generally have a 20 to 1 leverage, and stock options generally have a 100 to 1 leverage. So you'll get more money in a stock option with the same money just because the leverage is higher, if nothing else, right? So in the stock option, you're buying it for pennies on the dollar, essentially, right? You may have like a 50 delta, or all these things are going on. You're buying a certain strike price is what you're doing. Then you compare the deltas and the gammas and the thetas and the betas and the zebas and whatever else, So you're buying a certain price, hoping it goes at least up to that. If it don't, it evaporates worthless at the end of the contract time period. Okay. So you're getting a higher leverage. That's the benefit, right? It's also the downfall, if you want to look at it that way, because it can pull back on you and you forget, right? And then what happened to the Russell there? Why didn't anybody call that out? Look at that. Look at that thing dumping. Where was my members at? They're all gone or what? So anyway, missed that. BBBI is the same thing. It's here. You need to know where your historical levels are at, right? And they're very widespread. I am familiar with this company. I just don't care for this sector, period. But that's me. That's a personal thing and should influence you from trading anything that you want to. So, again, I don't have any lines on the chart. I can do the same thing here and go from there. And my brain just shut off while I was talking. So hopefully whatever came out of my mouth in the last 10 seconds made some sort of sense. I did. My brain literally just shut off. Well, not shut off, because I wouldn't be breathing, would I? All right. But anyway, back to BBBI. Again, I just a personal thing. I just don't care for it. But it is AI, right? And that's the hot button is AI, right? You can see there's some levels here too. You're gonna have to watch that I didn't really mark, but that's how you do it, right? Get some lines on your chart, and then trade the chart. You can trade a stock chart. You can trade just about anything. Chart's a chart, as we say here, and the people say elsewhere. You're welcome, George. Thank you for the kindness. What else we got? I'll tell you what, folks. My brain just shut off. My brain's mush. I'm going to call this, I think. Let's see what happens here. But I am. We got about a half hour left, but and we don't have any questions right now. So, by the way, we are live here 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I'm live here with the Futures program from 2 to 4. At least I'm supposed to be. I don't think I'm going to do it today. But from 2 to 4 daily, Monday through Friday. You've seen me get this way before. I start talking and I don't have a clue what I said. Well, neither do you guys either, usually. But know what I'm saying. Because that don't make any sense sometimes. And we have the aftermarket show at 4 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. You can get those free 7-day trials. It kick the memberships around and see what they're like in a live Zoom call, how we go about doing business that you don't get to see. And there's learning opportunities in there for you by opening up a live mic, if you so choose to. It's purely optional on your part, but it is all the training is done live. You can ask any question and have it answered pretty much immediately. And we will help you. That is our goal here, is to help you develop a skill over time that nobody, not even Coach himself, can take away from you. As long as you have an internet connection, once you learn how to do this, you can trade anywhere in the world. It's really cool. Where else? How many jobs can you do that with, right? So anyway, I am going to call this program, honestly, here. My brain just went from 60 to 0. It's like, boom, I got hit with a brick. I do thank you for being here. Make sure that anybody you come in contact with, that you would be a bright spot in their life for the day, that you bring positivity, that you be uplifting language to the person that's directly across from you at that time, whether it's in a grocery store or whether it's your neighbor or whether it's one of your family members, right? Teenagers, that's a good one to practice it on. See how frustrating that is, right? Try to be positive. Kill them with kindness, right? Type of thing. But you may be the only person that's said anything nice to them all day, right? So make sure you do that. Like I say, we are live here, and upon conclusion of this program, it will be available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. I do thank you all for being here, and I appreciate your questions and your participation today. And we will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. Goodbye.